Good morning and happy Halloween. Sorry I'm a little late today, but hey, better late than never. So, old buddy of mine pops on Facebook yesterday and sees my video. Somebody I went to law school with, Shane. It was great to chat with you yesterday. I hadn't talked to him forever, and he sent me a video that I had never seen. A guy making a really great point. I've seen, I think it was Matthew McConaughey before in one of his movies, probably the John Grisham movie that he did, where you talk about there are certain things that it's just impossible to really prove. So, like, all of us love somebody, right? Everybody watching this loves somebody, significant other, child, parent, somebody. And so you can say, yes, I love this person, but prove it. How do you prove that that's the case? Well, there's no like, well, here's the proof. The proof is a series of events. So, like, how do you know that you love somebody, or what causes you to fall in love with somebody? Well, it's kind of like what causes you to be in great shape for the rest of your life. It's a decision, but it's a decision that is followed by a consistent action. Somebody doesn't fall in love with somebody else because they looked at them. I mean, you could say, oh, there was love at first sight, but really, you fall in love with somebody else because they do a series of things. They put your needs before theirs. They listen to you. They tell you about their day after they've listened to your day. They do stuff for you, whatever your love language is. They touch you in a certain way. They look at you in a certain way. They buy you things. They take you places. They're nice and kind to you. They're nice and kind to the people that you care about. They put their needs or your needs before their needs. They do a series of events, and over time, then all of a sudden those events stack up to a point where you go, yes, this is how I feel about this person. The same can be true for getting in shape. You don't go to the gym once and then you're done. You don't go to the gym for 1 week and then you're done. It's a never-ending process. And even if you get to the peak of that process, it never stops. You have to keep going and going and going. You got to do constant and never-ending improvement. First tattoo I got on my ankle is CANI, Tony Robbins ism that stands for constant and never-ending improvement. So in order to achieve outcomes that are the things that we really care about, you have to make a decision that you're going to, in fact, achieve that outcome and live your life in that fashion. But the way to actually create the outcome is from consistent action. It's daily activities. It's daily routines. It's every day going to the gym. It's every day doing the things for your significant other. If it's your finances, it's every day taking care of your finances, making sure that you pay attention to stuff. Whatever you focus on, where focus goes, energy flows. If you're not focusing on something, it's going to start dying. If you don't focus on your relationship and all you focus on is your business, the relationship is going to start to suffer. If you don't focus on your finances, that doesn't mean you have to obsess over them, but if you ignore them for a year, they're going to suffer. If you ignore your physical body for a year, it's going to suffer. All of these things are things that you need to focus on a regular basis. This is why putting first things first, organizing your life, morning rituals, all of those things, why they're so important. So remember, when it comes to the stuff that we really, really at the end of our lives really care about, there's no like imperial thing that demonstrates that. What demonstrates it is daily activities in order to achieve an outcome. I'm doing a UPW next week down in Dallas. I get to go do it in person. And invariably at the end, people that have never been to an event like this, there's so much information. It's like drinking through a fire hose that then they'll come and they'll be like, okay, where do I start? What do I do now? I mean, there's all of this stuff. What do I do now? Well, the first thing that you do, I always tell them, is you start with your morning ritual. You set up that morning ritual that you look over your goals, you look over your roles, you do some sort of physical activity, because that'll set the tone for the day. And we've got to do the daily work, and it doesn't stop. That's why you need to set it up with something that you really enjoy. I live by a park and I walk through that park, and sometimes I run. I miss running, but I love being in that park. It is so beautiful. It changes with the seasons. There's lots of wildlife. I never get tired of it. Plus, I get to play Pokemon Go. So you've got to set yourself up for the things that you need to do on a regular basis in a way that you enjoy them, or at least tolerate them, but hopefully enjoy them. And we've talked about the triad. We've talked about the 6 human needs. If you want to talk about that again, let's do that. Happy to do that. But those are the ways that you set things up for success. We know what we got to do. Now we got to do what we know. And we do that by starting with that morning ritual that gets us on the right track to get us where we need. But understand, it's daily practice. Doing the thing every day, showing up every day. How does somebody become the best at what they do? They make a decision that they're going to be the best, but then they show up every day and achieve a different and better and more result than they did the day before. And it doesn't always work out. There's times where things don't go the way that you plan, always. That's called learning. But you still show up the next day and take those next steps. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to say hi to everyone. Diane, great to see you. Carol is on this morning. Kathy Benning, where are you at in the world? Great to see you. Anita, thank you so much for saying hi. And Colleen, thank you so much for saying hi. Truly honor when you people pop on, and I hope you get value. Leave something in the chat. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.